Good morning. Good morning. How are you? So I was thinking about something and I just wanted to share. I was going to share it in a post, but I decided to share it in a video real quick. So I was thinking back, back in the day, like I said, I'm not super old, so don't even start like that. But I grew up in church, of course. I mean, I'm the kind of person I was born in church and just there for my entire life. But I vividly remember growing up and again, the church wasn't perfect. And when I say church, I mean like people or whatever. Wasn't perfect or anything like that. They had their faults, but for the most part, what I saw was people was serious about what they were doing. Like I say, whether they had their faults or not, but they were very serious about what they were doing. So I vividly remember, and this is my point I want to share. Like I remember people had a reverence and a fear for, I'm just going to say, the church. Again, they may or may not had that for God, but I'm just mainly speaking of the church. So why I say that is I remember seeing, like, let's just say somebody that would be playing loud music or something like that. Soon as they got within a proximity of the church, they would turn that loud music down while riding by the church. And then when they, got past the church, then they would turn it back up. I've seen people where they would be smoking or drinking, but when they pass by the church or come, near the church, they'll hide their cigarette, they hide they drink till they pass the church. I've seen people where, if they were using vocal language or anything like that, they wouldn't do that on church grounds. Like, nah, you can't do that on church grounds. Like, I remember seeing those things. So they had a reverence for the church. Like, I never forget, even myself. Like I said, I remember this so vividly. I remember we were at church one time, and like I said, I had heard the song "Wild Thing." I don't know if you remember that song. The song say "Wild Thing, you make my heart sing." That was so crazy. I remember we was at church, and this was after church. Like, I don't know what was going on, but it was after church. And I got in the pulpit and took the mic and started singing it because it was just a whole bunch of kids in the church at the time. But I remember singing that song, and man, did I get in trouble for singing that song when they heard that song. That I had sung that song, man, I got in so much trouble because they treated the pulpit as holy, man. We couldn't play up there, we couldn't run up there, we couldn't do all of that kind of stuff. But my point is, where has the respect gone for the church today? Like, everything that I named today, and I'm sure there's many more, it's almost as if it's done in the church now, like in the pulpit, in the church. Like, there's no reverence for the church. You'll see people cussing in the pulpit now. You'll see people cussing at church. You'll see people drinking in church. You'll see people smoking on the church ground. Like, where, and this is really a question. Where did the respect go for the house of God? Again, your personal relationship with God is one thing, but where did the respect for the house of God go to? Where did the respect go? And if you want to comment below, you can comment below on what you think or what you may know. But again, we know that we are in the last days, so we can expect this. But still, where did the respect go for the house of God?